So hungry.
It's gonna be yummy. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am Violette Ayala. I'm the founder of FemCity, and you're joining us for our Wednesday Wisdom series. We are live streaming all over the place, so we will most likely get questions from all over the place as well. I have asked two of our sales, development, growth, marketing experts to come over and help us today with this conversation, this topic. Shannon Hinderberger and, of course, Christi Norfleet. They're both from our FemCity Global program and very involved in the FemCity local community as well. Shannon's one of our FemCity collective leaders over in Bend, and Christy's super involved with Roanoke as well. So I'm super excited for this conversation. If you are watching us live, you can ask questions, you can share aha moments. I know many of you watch the replay in the library later on. Again, like I always say, you can always reach out to our experts. They are here to help you. We are all in this together. As one rises, we all rise together. So please feel free to reach out to Shannon or to Christy if you have questions, want to continue the conversation. I think they both offer discovery calls as well. So we are here for you. We want to see you grow and make money, more money than ever. So that's what our topic is today. We're going to talk about how to develop your sales growth. The month of January, FemCity is all about wealth mindset, money mindset, growing your brand and your business. Perhaps you just started or thinking about starting a business. This would be for you as well. We can never talk about money enough. We can never talk about sales enough. And so I've asked these two to join us today. We're going to go in alphabetical order because it makes it easier for me to manage everything. Christi Norfleet, as I said, she's very involved with our FemCity Roanoke. What I love most about Christi is that she is very passionate about helping women not only obviously grow their brands and their business, but she's also very savvy when it comes to operations, logistics, scalability. So she offers a lot of resources, tips, training, coaching for people that are looking for that as well. So Christi, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I was going to ask you, my question is, and of course, I love action because we can talk and inspire, motivate, but if we don't have action, there's not much more we can do. What is your number one tip on how to develop your sales growth? And this is, I'm thinking about some of the femmes that if you say the word sales, they're like, ah, ew, I don't want to do anything with sales. Or sales stress me out, or I have anxiety, or, I don't want to even think about it. Maybe that's why they haven't started a business, is because they're really filled with anxiety when it comes to sales. What is your number one tip that you share with your clients as to how to develop your sales growth?
Okay, so while you're asking the question and kind of doing your lead in, literally like 30 things have run through my mind. And to have to choose from just one is really unfair. I'll say that. But okay, so the first thing that comes to mind, and I want to speak to that person who says, ew, gross, and is icky. And that is always be selling. And that is the complete opposite mindset of, ew, it's gross. And the thing is you don't have to be an icky salesperson. And I understand and I recognize that there's a progression that we all kind of have to go through to let go of that. Like, I'm not a junky used car salesman. I have a gift and a service to offer. But if you can do the personal work, get yourself to that place where you can have that sense of pride and that sense of self-love, that what you have is a gift that you need to give to the world. And you never know, like when you do have those successful stories of people telling you how you've impacted their lives, it really does help shift your mindset and shift your focus. But you never know where someone is going to be at, like, right place, right time. And if you are not ready to sell, not ready to make an offer, you actually may be doing them a disservice. So always be selling, always be in that position where you're ready to create an opportunity and a partnership with someone else. So that's what I'm going to pick for my number one right now.
Out of your 500 that you
500, yeah.
Exactly. So, and I love that tip because I love that you said selling all the time, because I think sometimes also people think that they're only going to be selling when they're on the phone with someone, or they're only going to be selling when they're at, a designated business meeting to sell yourself. And the reality is that we are selling all the time. There are opportunities all the time, and getting to know people and just talking about your business, you never know where that lead's going to come from. You never know where that referral is going to come from. I think when I started FemCity Miami, I had the biggest clients came to me because of just conversations I was having. I wasn't trying to sell myself, but at the same time, I was always selling myself, like selling my knowledge, what I do, my passion, my love. And it really generated a lot of money for me, just using that tactic or just using that mindset. So love, love, love.
Can I
Thank you
share
for
just a quick story actually
Sure.
to that point?
Sure.
So it was this past summer. I was super tired. I'd had like a really long, stressful week. And we decided to go for a sunset hike. And we parked, did this short little hike. A creepy thing happened with a bear, total side story there. But came back and there was these two women asked, like sitting outside their car, they asked us to take their picture. One thing led to another. The last thing at that moment I wanted to be talking about was business. But one of those people was specifically looking for what I had to offer. So when I told her what I did, because she asked, she was like, oh my God, I need you. I literally sold her in a parking lot.
There you go. There you go. I love that story. It can happen. Like you said, it's selling all the time and just being of service. You're literally just being of service. We all do things that help the lives of other people. And it is, that's what we bring to the table. We help other people through whatever modality or whatever work that we do. All right, so let's go to Shannon. So what I love about Shannon, I've been working with Shannon for a couple of years now. I think now you're on year 1, maybe year 2 on FemCity Bends. So it's been some time. What I love about Shannon is that she helps women get really comfortable in the digital marketing space. She knows how to package it so that you feel very comfortable. I know so many femmes, Shannon, that you have inspired to move forward, do the Instagram lives. You've also taught a lot of great classes for us as well as Christi. Christi's taught a lot of great classes. So if you love these two femmes and you love their energy, head over to the FemCity library. They have taught really great classes and you can search by their name. So Shannon, thank you again. You really do make a difference with women showing up in the digital marketing space for sure and always helping their brands grow. What is your number 1 tip?
Show up. And very similar to what Christi said, and I'm going to kind of I'm going to break it down a little bit more. So you're constantly selling, but you're not selling. You are giving away the secret sauce. You are showing up at networking groups, telling people what you do, always willing to help. You are also showing up on Instagram stories, live, Facebook groups, and you are showing up as an expert. Even though you may not feel like an expert, you show up and you have to believe it's a mindset thing that you are one step ahead of those you are going to serve. And if you don't have the answers, you could Google it. They don't have to know. But one thing that with my coaching clients that I keep seeing is I have somebody that really wants to do TikToks and they're just like really hung up on the tech and they're really hung up on it being cringy. And I'm like, who cares that it's cringy? It might be cringy when you start, but you are putting out valuable information and you just need to put it out there. It does not have to be perfect, and you will develop the wonderful TikToks and reels that 6 months from now, 3 months from now, you're going to be proud of. So just take messy inspired action and serve your audience with content they are searching for. And there's going to be a difference between the people that show up messy and the people that show up perfect, because the people that show up perfect are going to take forever. You just need to take the step forward and show up and serve.
I love that. So when you said the word expert, it reminds me, and you may have heard this story already, years ago, I want to say like 10 or 11 years ago, when I started really working on the growth of FemCity and launching in other communities, I was sitting with Nikki Novo, who's a global member, but she's not active in the program anymore. She's still one of my closest friends. And we would get together often and help each other out. And she was a writer. I think she used to write for Allure magazine or Mary Claire. I'm not sure, but she was a beauty editor for many publications. And so she was doing my bio, and she put me down as a small business expert. And I was like, small business expert. I'm like, oh my gosh, Nikki, that is not who I am. What are you, crazy? You can't put that down. I'm not a small business expert. And she was like, how many businesses have you had? When did you start your first business? And I was like, I was 22. And then I had to count to see how many businesses I had had. And she was like, you're a small business expert. There's no one else that I know that's been in business longer who started more successful companies than you. Sometimes you need people to remind you and to tell you, because if you're sitting out there listening to this and you're like, I'm not an expert, I want you to kind of think about, like, I bet you are. I bet you are. We're just like very shy about saying that we're an expert. But if you've been doing something for a while, if you've taken the time to learn your skills, learn it, some sort of specific work, that makes you an expert in that area. So take a look to see like how long you've really been doing it. I hear that a lot from stay-at-home moms, that transition into working from home instead of working at home, not being paid. I hear that a lot from them, that they don't feel like they have an expert. But I'm like, didn't you run the PTA for 5 years? Didn't you host all the fundraisers? I mean, girl, that is expert, because not everybody can do that, for sure. And I love that you said messy inspired content, because I think a lot of times we don't move forward because it's not perfect, like the specific curated, 3 million follower kind of account. And I do have to say, I love seeing our new members that most likely went through your program about doing Instagram lives. You can tell the first time they're nervous, and then like by week 2, they're on there and they're just showing everything. They're just sharing away. Yeah.
It becomes like the second, like they open the camera and they just do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I have so many coaching clients that get just hung up by it's cringy. And it's like, I don't like that music because it's cringy. I'm like, nobody cares about the music. They care about what you're saying and how that's going to help them. How many times do we say, I learned this from TikTok? Like I say this now in my regular lexicon, like, oh, I learned this from TikTok, or I learned this from TikTok. They don't remember, like, I had a friend that her TikTok, she had this curated background, and then she did one in her car and it went viral. And the one she did in her car, waiting in the school line to pick up the kid, nobody cares about the background. Nobody cares if your hair is perfect. They just care that you are giving them valuable information that is going to help them in their business or their personal life.
Yep. Love it. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We have some love that came through. Actually, it's all spam. That's okay. It's, thank God no one can see this, because that's really bad.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So final advice, Christi, that you have?
I would say along this theme of being an expert is, there's tons of exercises out there around finding and identifying what your circle of genius.
Oh, we lost everyone. Okay, let me see if they come back. I don't know what happened. I actually blocked someone. Okay, so you know what's crazy? We got the spammer that came through. I blocked the spammer, and we lost connection. That was really odd. Anyway. Okay, Christi, you were saying.
Okay, so I don't know where I got cut off there, but so just in vein of that, identifying yourself as an expert is do some exercises around figuring out what your circle of genius is, if you've not already done that. And part of what that might mean is also surveying the people around you. So as an example for me, like I always thought automation was just something and learning how to use these tools that I am an expert in. It took me a long time to get to that place of being able to say that. And my fear was that somebody was going to ask me something I didn't know the answer to. So Shannon, you already spoke to that, but it was surveying other people. Like, okay, so I figured out that's in my circle of genius, but I need to hear what other people think. What do you think about me as an expert? Like, what do you see me as an expert in? And it may help you understand how to embrace those things so that when it comes time for you to make an offer, you can stand up tall and be proud of yourself and be able to also have that comfort of knowing I'm here to be in service to others.
I love it. And I find sometimes you also don't realize, I love that circle of genius. I feel sometimes we don't realize the work that we're doing is very special and unique. We assume that everybody knows it.
Right.
We assume that, well, duh, everyone knows that. And it's like, no,
or that
not
they
everybody
love it as much as we do.
Right. Exactly. Like systems and operations and, or like digital marketing stuff. Like at the end of the day, like, not everybody knows that. Not everybody's been doing it for so many years or so many hours or taken the courses and read the books. So often I see a lot of femmes going, wait a moment, you mean that's a talent? That's part of my circle of genius? I'm like, yeah, you've been doing it for a while. Not everybody knows how to do that. That's definitely unique and different and can help others. So we do have love. I just want to add some love since we had that spam thing happen. I love your tips. Thank you. And we had some more love, sending love. And Reina Patricia, I love your name. Also sent some love. I call her Reina, which is queen, but in Spanish. All right. So final advice, Shannon, that you have?
So don't be afraid to serve your audience everywhere you can. And one place people get really hung up on is their personal Facebook page. They think that the personal Facebook page of their friends and family don't want to hear what they're doing. And I have a quick funny story around that. My brother-in-law follows my personal page, and I got a client from him. And he said it was because he watches my things all the time, and he ran into somebody that needed some help. And he's like, oh, I know the perfect person. So don't forget, your friends and your family are going to support you, and don't be afraid to show up for them as well.
Yeah. I love that. You're right. The people closest to us have sometimes no idea what we're doing at all. So my father, for the longest time, thought that FemCity was a shelter for women suffering from domestic abuse. Like, he was like, you need to go to Spain. You need to go to Spain. You need to set up FemCity Spain. And I was like, he was so passionate about it. I was like, oh my gosh, Dad, what, like, that's like incredible. You know what I do? Like, that's like, what would make you say that? Like, I'm so interested to hear. And he's like, the domestic abuse situation in Spain is so bad. They need you there. He literally, so the people closest to us, and I'm super close to my dad, it's like, they don't really know sometimes, he's not on Facebook. But if he was, maybe he'd know what FemCity is. But what a compliment, because he felt like I really could make a difference any which way.
Yeah.
All right, this was awesome. Christi, how can Femmes find you to learn more about your programs, your workshops, your coaching, your expertise?
I would say probably the easiest way, I'm going to do a little plug for the FemCity community, is hop on over to the community, because all of the global members are there. And then our business, my business is confluencebusinesssolutions.com. We're in the community. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and obviously online as well. So
awesome.
And I can share, URL and stuff on the chat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so you can book a discovery call with Christi if you go to our FemCity community forum. She's in our expert, so you can go ahead and book some time with her if you want to just chat with her a little bit. All right, Shannon, how can Femmes find you to learn about your programs, your courses? I know you also have a lot of awesome stuff going on as well.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Shannon Lee Strategy. My Facebook page is at Shannon Lee Strategy. If you want to follow me personally on Facebook, Shannon Hinderberger, HINDERBERGER is how you spell my last name, or you just search the members and Shannon Hinderberger. Just connect with me there, and I have some fun trainings coming up too. So I'd love to have everybody come to those.
Yay! Awesome. Anyway, all right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We can't wait to hear about your success. Please let us know, tag us, send us a private note. We can't wait to hear how you're increasing your sales, how you're going to make more money, how you're going to expand your business, or maybe you're going to actually start that business you've always been dreaming about. We'd love to cheer you on as well. So thank you so much. And of course, you can head over to femcity.com, check out our free 30-day trial membership ready for you. Mwah! See you next week. Bye.